Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and whatever else is watching. My name is Nick, and this is another episode of Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc. Wow, this chapter has been going on quite a roller coaster ride. It's been gone a lot faster than I expected it to. In the previous episode we had to investigate the death of Sakura, who turned out to be the mastermind's spy. However, Monokuma betrayed her as a spy, and Makoto already knew that, which pissed actually Kyoko off. The one person I think is our actual greatest ally here, the only likable person in this game. Tad bit stoic, but yeah, actually it's the most likable person. There are good things about other stuff. However, the death of Sakura actually hurt Hina here on the right the most. She is kind of devastated and has already made up her mind about who she is going to convict. Doesn't matter if it is her own death. Well, it leads to her own death as long as she can vent her anger. And she isn't wrong about that, because after Sakura was outed as a spy, many turned against her, while Hina was actually trying to protect her friend. Because for all that has happened, Sakura has never actually done anything to inconvenience us. Has never done anything to help the mastermind. And she actually betrayed her in the mastermind in the end, which led the mastermind to betray Sakura. Well, considering how fast the chapter actually went, this trial is probably going to be a long one. So shall we get to it now? Whew. So we need to go through the red door again. Let's get on with the trial, shall we? Monokuma made his announcement, and everyone began to meet up, one after another. Then this elevator has gone empty. And then the ultimate martial artist. A locked room murder mystery. What the? Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons. How can you talk emoticons? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. That's why I actually kind of ignored the emoticons, because I usually ignore emoticons when I'm reading. Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive.
Yes, indeed.
For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body. XD. Creep. This is just plain creepy.
Well?
And how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put in a sad face, it makes it look super negative.
Yes, indeed.
For example, do you have 100 friends? T_T. He's right, that does make it seem sad. No, it does not. It does not. That's why I kinda ignore emoticons. Well, half ignore them. You have to know from which people you have to add them. But something creepy and something nice still is something nice and something creepy. Yo, you're an idiot.
I can't wait!
Now then, please get on the elevator. I'll see you all down there. What kind of emoticon is that? I know I'm bad at emoticons, but what kind of emoticon is that? I don't want to know. What the hell was that? I don't get it. I guess Monokuma has gone a little bit off his knockers or something.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone? Hina, calm down. Please.
Don't look at me!
I don't think I'm actually reading. I don't think I'm acting casual.
Don't be mean!
I mean, I didn't murder anyone. Hero, why does your mouth always end up when you are being accused? Actually confirming the accusation. How stupid are you?
What the heck?
Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer?
What the heck?
Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt. One of us is the culprit. Yeah, about that murder. Damn, it does look like Hiro or Byakuya are the ones who did it. Toko, just a reference in a book with yeah, well, how do I say it? Just written is her name. Anyone could have written that name. So Toko might not be she might have not been doing anything. However, we got such a load of evidence, but the one thing that I am still not getting is that the door was locked or blocked actually from the inside by a chair. And that seems to point at a suicide. How else did someone actually got out of that room? But that's what this trial is for. So let's look who it is. The killer, the one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know. And yet, someone killed her. And that person is here. Or not. That person is one of us. Or not. Yeah, I know I'm harping on the suicide a little bit too much, but that locked door is what's kinda throwing me off.
Don't look at me!
I said it before and I'll say it again. It wasn't me. The culprit is one of us. Make no mistake about it. Are you implying yourself again? Okay, I'm losing the suicide thing and I think Byakuya did it. Toko.
What the heck?
Because... You know, Toko stuttering is the hardest thing to read actually. But because I didn't do it. How many times do I have to tell you? How can you just stand there and say you didn't do it? Without even breaking a sweat? Because he's Byakuya, he thinks he's above everyone else. Kyoko! Standing around here isn't going to do any good. Let's get going. Okay, just want to talk to everyone, but let's go on the elevator. Come on, it's time to put an end to this. I made my way toward the elevator, but with each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into our steel prison in total silence. We watched the doors close and felt it begin its sinister descent. The elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clunking sounds. It fell lower and lower, and as suddenly as always, the ride was over. The doors opened once again. Just the 6 of you, huh? Really? Whoa. We've got a Egyptian themed courthouse this time. That's so few. You must be so lonely. You say that like it's not your fault. We're all that's left. I wonder, will the class trial end with one last classmate again? Or will your school life come to an end completely? Now then, are we ready to begin? You know the drill, find your assigned seats. Damn, that Egyptian theme is actually quite cool. And so the curtain opened for the 4th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, etc, etc, etc. Yeah, that is what he repeats every time. Do you want to save data? Nah. Okay, open the e-handbook, truth bullets, Monokuma file, rec room door, status of Sakura's body, magazine shelf, bloodstain, polka dot candy wrapper, glass shards on the floor, which were more than actually one bottle, figure on the bottle, Monokuma bottles, anti-protein drink, locker handprint, AOE's account, Byakuya's account, Toko's account, pocket trash. Wait, doesn't Hero have an account as well? Yellow powder, Kyoko's examination summary, Monokuma bottle experiment, magazine dying message, chem lab shelf, source of the powder. Oh yeah, footprints in the powder. And that is all the evidence I have. Set skills because I got a few additionals. Increase the time limit for each phase. Effective during the class trial. Cool and compose. Steadies your aim a little. Effective during the non-stop debate and the hangman's gambit. It's also a nice thing to have. Melodious Falls increases damage to the opponent when the statement is destroyed. Effective during bullet time battle. Increases capacity effective. The vocabulary is capacity. Handiwork allows you to reload 2 bullets at once, effective during bullet time battle. Friends. Even local modes will increase, effective during the bullet time battle. Costs 4 SP. Those tempo changes are often what is getting me. Maybe I will turn this one off and take the other two. Because steadier aim. And maybe, I don't know if I actually need more time. Let's just see what effect it has. Okay then.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
Whoa! Deja vu!
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina seems really sure that one of those 3 is the killer. But she must have some reason for believing that. Well, Hina is rather emotional, so AoE's account.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's low.
Oh!
That's about as low as you can get.
Some concrete reason why Hina suspects those 3 specifically. I'm sure she...
It was
I know!
one of you.
Well,
One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's
Is
low.
that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have her accusing us? No, it's wrong.
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those 3 killed her.
whew, I have to say, I really have to get used to the controls again. Playing along a chapter before and everything, it just, you get playing all those other games. Well, the buttons are always the thing that messes me up the most. Okay, I can't disagree with Hina. There's good reason to suspect all 3 of them. Then does that mean one of them did it? Make your argument. Pocket trash. Okay.
The fact that Sakura wanted
So it
to meet
means
with all 3
hero.
of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. one of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
Come on.
That's
There's no way none of you went. At least one of you is lying.
Yeah, Hero is the one that's lying. If they didn't go see Sakura, then how can they explain
The
it?
fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw.
No, it's wrong. Hiro,
Whew.
when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's,
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura! It's the only explanation.
well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
But what Hiro said can't be right. Because Sakura could only have gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. And the reason I know that is Hiro got the candy from Hina. Sakura loves candy too much to share. And Sakura got that candy.
I got it! I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was, Oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Why the sudden hostility?
My question exactly, Toko. My question exactly. Does that mean he actually killed her? No, he's way too stupid for... Is his stupidity a ploy? Yeah, I've always thought that's way too stupid for even for him to end up there.
But we just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me.
I'm questioning your stupidity now, okay?
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
I have to agree with Toko this time.
You're acting incredibly suspicious. It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof.
What? How come? What? What are you not sharing?
Huh? Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
What would a shining message even be? Does she mean the written in blood? The name?
At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right?
How did he know that? He wasn't even there when I found it. And he wasn't even... Was he in the room when Kyoko found it? How did he know that?
It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
Oh man, you came upon her dead body, didn't you? Wait, how did he get in? How did he even lock the door? How did he unlock the door?
What are you saying? No way! How did he do it?
You just don't know when you're beat, do you?
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Yeah, that's my question exactly, Kyoko.
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Yeah. Huh, hold on. But when Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message in it, it was on the magazine shelf.
I got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
No! 80% of what you're saying doesn't make sense. You're an idiot! A brutal genius who can feign really big stupidity. There's definitely something strange about it. Kyoko found the dying message during the investigation, in which case that clearly contradicts what Hiro told us. Magazine dying message. Okay.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
He said he saw the dying message when he first found the body. But at the time, where was the magazine?
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message.
Huh?
When Ogre's body was discovered.
This one is wrong. But what's wrong? Did I say something weird? No, I think I have the wrong bullet. Ah.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
No, it doesn't. Okay.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Yeah,
No,
This is what it is, should be.
When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on! You're focusing on the wrong part! Why does it matter when I saw it?
Pretty much because that means that you might have written it to imply that Toko did it, trying to feign another murder. Or no, how did he close the door then? He's way too stupid for that.
All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is! Toko!
The Vienna sausage Ogre left us?
I don't even know where to begin with that one.
My thoughts exactly, Hina. I'm baffled about what he's saying now.
He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah, I'm also questioning that.
Yeah?
No? Well, maybe.
I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message.
Did she? According to Kyoko, her body was pristine, except for the blood coming from the mouth, but for the rest? What did she use to write then?
100%! Without a doubt, she wrote it! And this is me talking, so you know it's true!
You're only 20% of the time correct. At your best. And currently you're not at your best. Without a doubt. No, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. The moment of truth.
Show me the proof.
Oh, great.
I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh.
Great.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Show me the proof.
This should prove it.
That was a close one. Those bullet time things are the worst.
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But both of her hands were completely free of blood.
So what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Ah! He admits it!
Yeah, but that isn't admittance of murder. I think he stumbled upon her body and then he... Wait, how did he lock the door?
I figured as much.
But Why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
Wait, eh? Okay, this is way too easy. I know this chapter has been gone for really quick, but this is way too easy. You're admitting to killing her?
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there...
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy. Oh, sure. Thanks.
And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then... I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that.
Whoa. I don't think the blow to the head was actually what killed her.
Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Toko, calm down, will ya? He's already going to be executed, but no, this is way too easy. Come on!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
Actually, no. I know this chapter has gone on a roller coaster ride already. It's going really fast from introduction to free time, escalating it to the murder, then investigating that murder, and now the trial. This is way too fast. There's a lot more, and especially because we have a lot more evidence. We haven't even done everything yet.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
Did we? There are way too many inconsistencies that we haven't looked at yet.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
Where did the blood come from? Not from the blow to the head.
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain. And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
So, what is it that Hiro did that doesn't make sense? Well, he gave a blow to the head, but he didn't actually... Well, the blow to the head didn't kill her, did it? What he would have had to do after writing the message doesn't make sense. Why he picked Toko? Why he didn't use Sakura's finger. Why the magazine was hidden.
I got it!
Magazine for...
That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it? By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh, well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
Okay, who came in after her? And also, how did he close the door? He's way too dumb for that.
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
Toko, calm down.
Any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Yeah, that's one thing.
He's not lying?
It seems so. How did he close the
Assuming
door?
he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
Yeah, who locked themselves in the locker? Because... was the locker open or closed when Hero was hitting
I
her
don't
on the
think
head?
there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Toko, what did you do? Someone who wouldn't like what had been written. There's only one choice. Well, Byakuya? No, he would like it if Toko would good. Nay. No, that would mean... Well, Toko is the only one that I can actually do, because Kyoko, really? Oh man. That's
It
Toko.
had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Was he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room?
Was she hiding in the
Why would
locker?
I have- Wait, but more important, that doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right?
Did she?
Hero just
Do we?
admitted it.
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
Yeah, because she was still alive afterwards, I think. Because really, one hit with a bottle against someone whose physical shape is like that, well, the skull can crack easy, and if you hit her on the right spot, but it's on the back of the head, which is actually quite dense. And for someone who does martial arts a lot, I think the bone density even increases afterwards, because she got beat up pretty much. I think getting hit by one bottle does not really kill her.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it.
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell the
Just
truth.
tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer. And I have to prove that. Make your arguments. Kyoko's examination status of Sakura's body. Yellow powder. Ooh.
I didn't want to, but
Tricky one.
I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby. And I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered. And she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious? Hiro really is the killer!
I think it's Kyoko's examination with that he was hit actually. Sakura's was hit twice with the bottle. You hit Sakura, that's for sure, but it doesn't end there. It's something that proves that the wounds on her head.
I didn't want to, but I did it.
I need this one.
I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby. And I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
That is wrong.
No, that's wrong. If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Two?
Yeah, someone else must have hit her also.
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
Okay, this time it's the most funny thing that actually came out of there. That's one time I actually have to agree with his statement.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
And the glass was actually heavier than the single one, so...
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head?
Not just the cuts on her head. The glass at the bottom of her body actually contains at least the mass, well, almost the mass of 2 bottles. Well, we didn't actually compare it with 2 bottles, but it was more than one.
She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used.
And the one who attacked her the second time actually cleaned up the parts that would actually identify it as 2 separate bottles. So the figurine, the bottom and the top.
Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
They had different chess pieces, and there are 6 different chess pieces. Not to mention there are 2 gaps between them. The correlation between the Monokuma bottles feel like it's starting to become clear. That connection must be... It's the object that the Monokuma figure inside each bottle is holding. Hangman's Gambit. Oh, chess piece. I knew it. That's one. Chess. Where's the additional S? P. I need a P. And an E. And another E. Please? Am I allowed for another E? Yeah.
Now I understand. That's it. The chess pieces.
There's Hangman Gambit
Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
Those Hangman Gambits are actually kind of fun. Those are really brain teasers.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was
A knight.
the knight, if I remember.
So the queen is missing.
So, what's that matter?
The queen is missing.
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
Yes, Hina, the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while one apparently went missing.
Not entirely, because one bottle was heavier than a single bottle, at least in the shards.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Not completely.
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Oh, please! Hero, you have been cleared. Would you mind shutting your mouth for a little bit? Especially if you're gonna make these kind of comments that have absolutely... Never mind. He's not gonna shut up anyway.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean.
She went a little bit with it too much.
So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
Jeez, you could just say that the shards are still on the floor, you know. Wait, it was broken. It was excited! Oh yeah! It was completely intact. No, it was broken.
The bottle must have been broken.
What makes you so sure?
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
Well, weighing the broken glass. And the evidence that proves it, that is... Kyoko and I figured it out before. Where was the Monokuma bottle experiment? This is the one.
My God! Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is... There was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
Toko, you're prevalent, so did you hide in that locker or something and hit her with the second bottle?
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces. Which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
Is that the second person would have hit her with a bottle against her head? There can be no doubt that the second missing Monokuma bottle is involved in this case. Again, not entirely, I think. There are way too many other mysteries that need to be solved. I think someone bowling aficionados? Sakura's first attacker, Sakura's second attacker.
I got it! The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle.
Yep. Although I don't think her head wound is the thing that would kill her.
Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko?
I really like that fight when she's totally caught off guard. How she grabs that braids and everything.
And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
How about the palm prints on the locker?
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Hero, pipe down, will we? Until we have the complete picture here, okay?
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her!
I have to agree with her on that way. So Hero, calm down. And Toko, you as well.
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am.
Especially when it clears you from murder and takes you off death row, okay? Yeah, then you're willing to admit it. Oh, really?
Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
You did?
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And she locked herself in the locker.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
I have to agree with her with his anger there, though. That's something you should have mentioned, even during the investigation.
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
I can see how that would happen with him. Yeah, yep. That's pretty much his character. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
If there are any screws left to tighten on his brain, I don't think he has some. I don't think he has a single one of them.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
The locker. Yep. You know, it's nice that we don't have Genocide Jill actually here. Having Toko on the bench again is somewhat nicer.
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Whoa, why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
No, it's not ridiculous at all. I need proof that shows Toko was hiding in the rec room. And I have it. She left it there for anyone to find. A new element has been added to the bullet time battles. Would you like to hear more? Oh no, not. I survived the first one! Please! Absolutely. So far, you've probably been pressing the triangle button during your final strike without a second thought. Yeah? But from now on, you're gonna have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. Now you'll have to choose the proper truth bullet to use during the coup de grace. You'll select it the same way as during the non-stop debate. Simply press the L1 button. Also, like the debate, if your logic difficulty is set to kind, you'll have fewer bullets to choose from. But for educational purposes, we're going to pretend you're set to mean regardless. Just this once, okay? Just this once. Oh man, I've survived the first one! Okay, let's do this! Oh, by the way, you're about halfway through the game now. Go you. Only halfway now? What the frick? No, I'm over halfway, I think. If I got a look at the trophies on the PlayStation 4 thingy, it showed somewhere a spot for 6 hidden trophies that coincide with chapters, so... And considering I get a trophy for each chapter, because yeah, I took a look at the trophies because I noticed how few I was getting while other games throw them out like candy. So I just took a peek, not that I'm really interested, and I noticed there were 6 spots. And this is the 4th chapter, so this should be more than halfway. Well then, good luck and have fun. Does that also mean there's no... The moment of truth.
It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you.
I hate
it's a
the...
lie! That's enough! It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you. That's enough!
This one! Lock your hand, Brent. Whew, I survived that one. Okay!
Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker?
Whew, the bullet time battles always get me sweating if I survive those. They are the most challenging in this game, the bullet time battles. The logic is pretty simple actually.
They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does his handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Wait, Byakuya, couldn't you have said that before? Because she seems to be so subservient to you that she will tell the truth when you ask her to. Couldn't you have done that before? Then I could have spared myself the bullet time battle.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Yeah, because Byakuya asked.
Then you killed Sakura!
Again? This is way too easy!
No, I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Straight up again.
Yeah, because it's Byakuya.
What do you mean, probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on. So I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around,
You freaked out and you hit her with another bottle.
there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw all that blood, I fainted right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Oh god, do we have to? You mean? Yeah, you mean. Jeez.
Guess it's back!
It was your fault after all.
I don't think it is.
My fault! Master's fault! When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights!
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories.
What? You don't share? Okay.
So I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wonder. So I opened my eyes to see... Splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible!
She is a murderess. She is a murderer. And she was scared of her, okay?
No, she's terrible. Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever.
Wait, what? You did murder her?
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman. If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master.
Ooh, Byakuya! You've got a target painted on your back. That's nice. Why does that make me smile? Nick, please don't smile at that thought.
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem.
Yeah, she should have been.
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Yeah, but she must have been able to dodge that one as well. No, actually she isn't.
Hey,
What?
come on. That's, you know. But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
What are you laughing at? So you've been calling her ogre, and and a friend of us died. She was betraying Monokuma to protect us, and not the hostage that Monokuma had. Are you kidding me? And you're laughing about that? So that's good? Keep talking like that and Hina is gonna...
Well then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
You're pretty calm about the remark that Hiro made. What are you planning for the next chapter? Huh? I thought for sure you'd have some words for Hiro on that one.
What's wrong? Come on everyone, we're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
There are too many inconsistencies. How about the locked door? How did Toko lock the door?
No, not quite yet.
Huh?
Oh, Jill, how did she lock the door? That's what I should be asking.
Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd. Huh?
And?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
Yeah. It wasn't? Yeah, how about to lock the door? Come on, Makoto, even you should be smarter than that.
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Really? You have to do that?
Your wish is my command, darling.
It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is... Make your argument. Status of Sakura's body. Yellow powder. Ooh.
I was just
Status of
sleeping
a body.
peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
That's not right. The second shot from Toko is what killed Sakura, and the problem is where she was. Where did that Sakura die?
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf!
No, it's wrong. We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
Yeah, Makoto, if you hadn't that surprised expression at first, I would have thought you were just holding quiet for a little bit to let Toko ramble. But yeah, even I noticed that!
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Oh please, Hina, now calm down a little bit. She went out of her way to clean up her mess, to make it look like she didn't do it. How does she have the strength to lift her into that chair? There were no marks on the blood that actually left her there.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
Yeah, because the blood spatter was at the bookshelf. That has to be it. The evidence that proves there was an attack in front of the magazine shelf. Well, how about the bloodstain?
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The bloodstain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me! I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors!
Yeah, she can't. She's as frail as they come.
There's no way I can move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that!
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
No, I'm not.
But...
That means, Byakuya, you did it.
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
No, the locker was open when we got in. When we looked in, when the door was locked.
So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, the locker door was open.
No, I don't think that's possible.
We made that pretty clear during the investigation. The reason there's no way Toko was hiding in the locker is because I was in the locker. I saw it for myself. The locker was too small. We just made sure that Toko was actually in the locker. I saw it for myself.
I got it! Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't think she was hiding at all. I think she ran, thinking she killed her, but...
I don't know! What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
Hero, please jump into conclusions. How could she have locked it from the outside by putting a chair in front of it?
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her, thank you very much. You're lying!
Well, actually, she could. It could have been a delayed death. That she still died from her head wound. That means Hiro and Toko killed her. But who did the finishing blow then? Was it Toko or was it Hiro? Still, how did the door get locked? It could have still been a delayed death.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide
Yeah.
Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And she's been vomiting blood, so
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
she had been vomiting blood.
That's because you're overlooking vital information.
Could we really be missing something so important? Yeah, how about vomiting blood? If there's another possible explanation, maybe it's... I think it's the Monokuma file this time that says the
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head. So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
I think the vomiting blood might have been,
What was it that killed Ogre?
and it's not a shot to the head.
Genocide Jill's attack. And what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
No, it's wrong. According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
How do you do that? Unless you bite your tongue, but I don't think she has that kind of bad reflexes. Or little control over her muscles. I think she has a lot of control over her muscles, so including her jaw muscles.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood.
Yeah, that means it comes from the stomach. Or the lungs. Could also be. Oh no, then if it was the lungs, it would have been coughing up blood. Vomiting blood means the stomach.
Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, she probably is a medical examiner.
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
Or a private detective.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Poison. She ingested something.
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Looks like it.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
So who poisoned her? Yakya, did you do that?
You're making me go all weak in the knees!
Oh please shut up, Jill.
She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
And that's the most efficient way to take care of Sakura, because she is physically in shape. She is strong. A blow to the head, even if it comes by a surprise, is still something she can take. And something she can get back from. However, if she is attacked from the inside, with the protein shake and everything, well, that's another story. She doesn't really have control over her metabolism. No one does, actually.
Is it really so hard to believe? then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
Oh god, Jill, are you really that far gone?
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
Jeez, hero. There are always more places to look at, okay? Always look through the school.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Chem C9. That was on the A shelf.
Is that the poison?
It's some poison.
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle.
If you have to drink an entire bottle from it, wouldn't she have noticed the different taste? Oh crap. Oh man, I don't think anyone here is the perpetrator.
But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
On the A shelf.
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In section A, dietary supplements, in B, reagents, and in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Yeah, but it was found on the A shelf, Jill.
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
The bottle of poison Byakuya just showed us. I'm sure I know where he got it. Yeah, the A shelf. It was on the same shelf as all the supplements, I'm positive. Section A.
I got it! The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Huh? You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Yeah, but someone could have moved around the bottles, you know.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
I don't know. Maybe someone want to poison someone with the nutritions. They took out from section C, dropped it along with the supplements of section A, and forgot to put back the bottle in section C, and left the bottle standing on section A.
Because the culprit switched it out, that's why.
What do you mean?
I mean this.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya put the bottle of poison to his lips and... Sorry about that cut, I just had to take a call. The phone was ringing. And because of how long these chapters are, it's not really... or these videos, I mean. Okay, Byakuya put the bottle of poison to his lips and...
Master!
Jill, he's really not gonna kill himself, you know? We were so shocked at what we were seeing, all we could do is stand there and watch. But as if it were the most natural thing in the world, Byakuya was as calm as ever. Of course, he knows what he's doing. He knew that that protein shake was in that bottle.
That tastes awful.
Oh no!
Chill. Shut up.
You have to drink some water. You can't just swallow powder. It'll stick to your throat.
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
You know, I kinda like seeing them freak out at a certain point. It gives me kind of a good pleasure. A little bit sadistic, I know, but how idiotic they are at this moment. Seriously.
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
It's the protein shake.
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Oh, Makoto, really? Do you really think Byakuya is just going to kill himself in front of everyone else?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Oh, sure. Do whatever you like.
It's the Chem 9. Kyoko took the bottle from Byakuya and scraped out a bit of the contents with one finger. She touched her finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Actually, if you're a mystery solver, you don't do that. He could have gotten an anti-poison earlier. And he could have poisoned you right there on the spot. You never taste powder. That's why police actually employ chem labs.
Correct.
Huh?
That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
And the protein shake. The bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder. Which would mean that, conversely, the poison must have been in... Could it be? It was in the protein shake. No way. Huh? Well, the first thing is that. T please. I? Please an I. Oh, there you are. No? Should I? EI. N. What? Oh, drink! Sorry. I was thinking about shake, but now I and we're done.
Now I understand.
I can't spell.
Poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
What? But that doesn't explain the locked room though. Something at the scene. A cup filled with water. A Monokuma bottle. Water is... Could be, but no. A protein drink, otherwise it wouldn't have been a... Well...
You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains.
Yeah.
So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
No. I don't think it works like that. That just needs bandages and stitches. A protein drink does not actually work with that. Not to mention that she would have gone to the nurse's office and also to the chem lab, and the time schedule doesn't add up.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison.
Huh?
And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
Who did that?
For real? Who was it?
Byakuya did it.
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
The evidence that shows who switched them. It has to be... It must be what we found in front of the shelf. Well... It's the poison powder on the... Oh, not the source, the footprints in the powder, I think. Either the one of those two. I think it's this one.
I got it! The footprints left behind in front of the shelf.
Yeah, but that should have had the... Wait, there was a broken one before that.
That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point.
Yeah, but the broken bottle of poison wasn't also not there.
They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected.
Yeah.
What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison.
Yeah.
The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind.
Yeah.
And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem.
There's just one problem. The footprints only lead to Section A in the direction of the door. They never go to Section C. Or come from Section C. There's no trace of travel between those two sections. And it might be that she goes to Section C and then go to the door and then go to Section A, but that's rather elaborate, because then she would be aware of the footprints and she wouldn't leave those footprints.
All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me.
Hina?
The footprints. They're mine.
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Ogre's killer was...
No.
Yep. I did it. I killed Sakura.
It only proves that you got the protein drink. It did not prove that you actually swapped the two chemicals, or the two mixtures.
Just as I suspected. The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Sneakers, huh? The only people wearing sneakers here are Makoto and Byakuya, Makoto and Leon, Makoto and Hina. Makoto, you're wearing sneakers? I would have said Sakura and Hina, but Makoto, you do? Okay. Well, there's nothing wrong with sneakers. I just didn't expect it. But then again, we never see Makoto's feet.
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
These footprints must be... Makoto, are they yours? Nope. Okay then, let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Just Hina.
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began.
Oh really? She's been overreacting, but that's because how close she was to Sakura. Then again, she's flipped to a lot of things pretty quick as well. Oh well, Hina is a strange one to begin with, so...
You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you?
She's always in an awful rush to get to the vote. That's not really strange about it.
This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
You know, she might have given her the poison drink. But that doesn't mean she actually swapped out the poison.
I can't believe it.
I have a feeling that this is not the end of the case either.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her.
I don't think she knew she was killing her.
She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us.
I have my doubts about whether she knew it, and only after she saw the effect, when vomiting blood, that she actually... I don't know.
I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
I have my doubts.
Is it true?
But I can't do actually a bullet time against myself now, do I? Can I?
Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did...
Kyoko, do you have something to say?
Why? Why would you do that?
She is quite silent. That does raise suspicion,
I
you know?
found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
Yeah, but there are no footprints towards the sea shelf.
And then she downed it all at once. And then...
Hold it! I'm not convinced.
Yeah, me neither.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you?
No.
You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind.
You're really judging others by your own standards again. Weren't you saying that you shouldn't judge by people according to your own standards?
Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves.
Again, judging people by your own standards. Makoto hasn't had that problem at all. If anything, Makoto proves proves you wrong. Makoto is a contradiction to your statement.
Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
Did she? I don't think she knew it was in the poison. It was poisoned.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Again, how did she lock the door then after herself? How did she got the chair in front of the door?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism. But there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Yeah, me neither.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Exactly.
If you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
Especially because you came to get us. You were on the outside, you weren't waiting on the inside.
Well... That doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
Because you don't know. And what you're trying to figure out now is whether Sakura killed herself. And I think you started to believe that. And you don't want to believe that. Because she was your friend. And you don't want to feel like you've been abandoned by your friend. I think that's what's going on. That's why you're taking the guilt. You feel guilty for not being able to save her.
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
Yeah, I think that too.
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
The footprints show her to go to shelf A, not to shelf C. Shelf C should have had footprints going from shelf C to A after the bottle with the poison from shelf C fell down. There is no footprints in that part.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
Again, you're judging. I'm not gonna repeat myself.
Why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious, too easy.
Not to mention that the footprints don't add up.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
That was... I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
Well, I think you didn't notice you left a footprint, but I do also think you didn't notice that the chemicals were swapped. I think you were just taken by complete surprise.
You didn't notice?
After you dropped the chemical bottle?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen,
No.
Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Because you don't know how it got switched, that's why. And even if you had to make it up, you know that it wouldn't fit with the evidence we found. Because you don't know what the footprints are made in. You only know that there are footprints on the scene leading up to that locker or that shelf. But you don't know what the footprints are made in.
Hina, please, I'd like to know too.
She doesn't even know what it is.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit.
Again, man, now you're the one jumping to conclusions. You are far from Mr. Perfect.
There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well... Right away, I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them.
That would mean there are footprints going from C to A. Which there aren't.
Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
I don't think that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
If that's true, there should be footprints from C to A. No doubt about that. Isn't that a little strange? Yeah, of course it is.
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
Shut up, Jill.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
Seriously, can't you even find your own flaw? You had me draw up the footprints. And you were the one who meticulously listens to what flaws in statements. Mr. Perfection here is a little bit imperfect. How long? Until we figure it out. Until I uncover the full truth of this case. Seriously. Footprints in the powder, chem lab shelf. Source of the powder.
First I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A.
That's
and
wrong.
That's where I switched the powders. Once I was done switching them, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder back in Section A. Then I took the bottle with the poison in it and left the chem lab. That's all there is to it.
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we tolerate this?
Well, it's clear that she didn't go from Section C to A.
First I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from section C to section A.
No, it's wrong.
This one was easy.
You said you went to get the poison from section C, and that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
If that were true, there would be footprints from section C to section A.
And after that, you said you moved from section C to section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from section C to section A.
Now they went from the door to section A and back.
That contradicts what you just said.
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
That would be weird. Why would she leave footprints at all then?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
She totally didn't notice the footprints. I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I'd left a footprint. Yeah, now you're lying.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well,
She just demolished your own suspicions, okay? She demolished your own solution.
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to section A. So you never went to section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved section A.
well, you see...
What the?
Oh god, Bjarke, are you now freaking out because you got it wrong?
What the hell? What's going on here?
Oh man, I really like this image. I know it's sadistic, but I like it when he's squirming.
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account.
Seriously? You haven't figured it out yet?
Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
Okay, that's maybe we didn't have.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
There could be enough. Not to mention that Sakura had yellow powder akin to that poison on her shoes.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
Yeah, you did.
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Oh, are you butthurt now? Did she take you out behind the shed and give you a whooping? Oh, really?
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this.
A piece of glass? Piece of glass? Dude, if you drank that, you could have killed yourself.
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle. And the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder.
You could have killed yourself if you drank that glass.
I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But, what is it?
Danganronpa.